At a Sunday brunch with friends, Alyssa bends to pick up her toddler when her husband Nick laughs and says, "Careful, don't split the floor." The people around the table burst into laughter. Alyssa freezes for a moment. Her smile fades, but she forces a small laugh just to hide how hurt she feels. She stands up slowly, avoiding eye contact with anyone. One of Nick's friends chuckles and adds, "Damn, man, you've got a linebacker at home now." The laughter gets louder. Alyssa tries to smile again, but it doesn't reach her eyes. Her heart sinks. She feels like shrinking into the floor. She looks down at her clothes, her body, wondering if that's really how they all see her now. After brunch, the car ride is silent for a while. Alyssa looks out the window, trying to hold back tears. Nick, without even looking at her, says casually, "I'm just saying, you used to turn heads. Now it's sympathy looks." He laughs a little, like it's a joke, but Alyssa doesn't laugh this time. That sentence cuts deep. It echoes in her head again and again. She remembers the old days, when he used to compliment her, when he used to hold her hand proudly. Now, all she feels is shame and distance. She touches her stomach quietly, thinking about everything her body has gone through. Pregnancy, sleepless nights, caring for their daughter. She doesn't say a word. She doesn't cry. But inside, something breaks a little. Nick keeps driving, tapping the steering wheel to a song on the radio. To him, it's just another normal day. But to Alyssa, this moment marks the beginning of something new, a feeling she can't yet name, but one that's growing slowly, like a storm forming far away, just out of sight. Alyssa was once a photographer, full of life and travel. Her days were spent capturing smiles, sunrises, and street stories. Her camera felt like a part of her, and the world felt wide open. She never stayed in one place for too long, and she loved that freedom. When she found out she was pregnant, she was surprised, but happy. It wasn't planned, but she welcomed the change. She paused her career, thinking she'd pick it up again later. She imagined motherhood would be tough, but beautiful. What she didn't expect was how quickly everything else would change. Her body changed. Her sleep disappeared. She gained weight, slowly at first, then more after childbirth. She tried not to care. After all, she had carried life inside her. But Nick's eyes started looking at her differently. His smile faded. His touch became less warm, more distant. He stopped complimenting her, started staying out late, said it was work. At night, Alyssa sat up alone, nursing the baby while Nick went to the gym. He had suddenly become obsessed with fitness. He ordered protein powders, bought expensive gym equipment, and talked a lot about staying sharp. He never asked how she felt, never offered to take the baby for even an hour so she could sleep. She was always tired. Her back ached, her eyes burned. His mother visited often. She'd smile politely, then drop little comments like, "In our day, we snapped back after birth," or, "You should take more care of your appearance, dear, for your husband." Alyssa would nod quietly, hiding the sting those words left behind. She wanted to scream, but instead, she stayed silent. She stopped looking in the mirror. Her camera gathered dust in a drawer. She began writing in an old notebook, just a few lines every night, nothing fancy, just the truth she couldn't say out loud, like, "I miss the old me," or "I feel invisible." Days blended together. Wake up, feed the baby, clean, cook, smile when Nick came home, even if she wanted to cry. She rarely spoke to friends anymore. They stopped calling too, probably tired of her saying, "I'm just busy." There were moments, small ones, when she looked at her baby and felt joy. But the joy was heavy. It came with guilt, fear, and a feeling that she was slowly disappearing. She didn't know how to ask for help. She didn't even know what to ask for. All she knew was that the person she used to be, the confident, happy, creative woman, was fading, and no one seemed to notice, not even Nick. One afternoon, Alyssa went to get something from Nick's car. As she opened the back seat, she noticed a small shopping bag tucked under the passenger seat. Curious, she pulled it out. Inside were a box of diet pills and a pair of women's leggings. Tight, stylish, brand new. But they weren't hers. Her size was different. Her style was different. These weren't meant for her. Her hands began to shake. She closed the bag and sat there for a moment, heart pounding. A voice inside her whispered that something wasn't right, but she didn't want to believe it. That night, after putting Luna to sleep, Nick's phone buzzed on the table. He was in the shower. The name on the screen said, Coach L. Her stomach turned. She picked up the phone and opened the chat. The messages were full of heart emojis, voice notes, gym selfie. One message said, "Don't worry, she won't last. She's weak. Women like her always give up." Alyssa's eyes filled with tears. Her hands moved without thinking. She took screenshots of everything. Every word, every picture, every piece of proof. Nick came out of the bathroom, drying his hair. When he saw Alyssa standing there, holding his phone, she said nothing. She just stared at him, her face pale, her hands still shaking. He looked at the screen and sighed, as if she had done something wrong. "You shouldn't have gone through my phone," he said calmly. Alyssa's voice cracked. "Who is she?" "She's my coach," Nick replied coldly. "She helps me stay fit, stay focused, something you clearly don't care about." Alyssa couldn't believe it. "So this is my fault," Nick shrugged. "I'm just saying, if you were half as disciplined as her, maybe I wouldn't need to look elsewhere." The words hit her like a slap. There it was. No apology, no regret, just blame. He didn't deny the affair. He didn't try to explain. He didn't care about her feelings. Alyssa stood still, trying to hold herself together. Her chest felt heavy, like something had broken inside. She couldn't breathe. Nick just walked past her and sat on the couch like nothing happened. That night, Alyssa cried quietly in bed. Nick turned his back to her and slept. No sorry, no comfort, no explanation. In that moment, Alyssa realized something deep. He didn't love her anymore. Maybe he never did. Maybe he only loved the version of her that fit his image. And now, when she no longer looked like that version, he treated her like she was disposable. Her heart was shattered, but her eyes were finally open. Alyssa stops eating, or sometimes she eats too much. Some days pass without a single meal. Other days she snacks on junk food just to feel something. Time becomes a blur. Morning and night mix together. She doesn't know what day it is anymore. Her clothes pile up. Dishes stay dirty. She avoids mirrors, can't stand to see the woman staring back. She cries quietly while brushing her teeth, wiping the tears quickly before Luna sees. She still does everything a mother should. Makes breakfast, packs snacks, folds laundry, but there's no joy in it. Only routine, only survival. Luna feels it. The small child, only 3, watches her mother with wide, confused eyes. Alyssa tries to smile around her, tries to act normal. She reads bedtime stories, even when her voice shakes. She sings lullabies, even when her heart feels empty. But children know. One night, while Alyssa helps Luna into pajamas, the little girl asks softly, "Are you still sad, Mommy?" Alyssa freezes. Her chest tightens. She opens her mouth, but no words come. Instead, she scoops Luna into her arms and hugs her tightly. Tears roll down her face as she whispers, "I'm okay, baby. I'm okay." But she's not. After Luna sleeps, Alyssa walks into the bathroom. Her eyes fall on a framed photo sitting on the shelf. Her and Nick on their wedding day. She picks it up, sits down on the cold tile floor, and stares at it. Her dress was white. Her smile was bright. She looked happy, hopeful. She holds the photo close and whispers, "I used to be someone." Hours pass. She stays sitting there, crying silently. The next few days are quiet. Alyssa moves like a shadow in her own home. Nick doesn't ask if she's okay. He barely speaks. The silence between them grows louder than words ever could. Then, one afternoon, while cleaning the back of a closet, Alyssa finds something. Her old DSLR camera, dusty but still working. She holds it like it's a piece of her soul she forgot. She walks to the mirror. Her hair's a mess. Her eyes are red. No makeup, just her, raw and tired and real. She lifts the camera and clicks. The photo isn't pretty, but it's honest. Later that night, Alyssa creates a new online account. No name, no tags, just the photo. She uploads it with a simple caption. "Still here, still standing." No filters, no pretending, just truth. Something shifts. Not big, not loud, but it's a start. Alyssa begins walking every morning, not to lose weight, not to get approval, just for peace. The quiet sound of her shoes on the pavement, the soft breeze on her face, it helps her breathe again. These walks become her little escape, a space where no one judges her, a space where she's not a wife, not a mother, just Alyssa. One day after her walk, she notices a flyer at a cafe. Women's Circle, share, heal, grow. She stares at it for a moment, then takes it down and folds it into her pocket. The following week, she walks into the small community room, heart pounding. A few women sit in a circle, chatting softly. One of them smiles and pats the chair next to her. Alyssa sits. At first, she just listens. Some talk about cheating husbands, others about depression, motherhood, anger, shame. Over time, Alyssa speaks too. Just small things, a memory, a moment, a tear. The group becomes her safe place. For the first time in months, maybe years, she doesn't feel alone. One evening, as they sip tea, a woman says, "You used to be a photographer, right? What if you used that for healing, for telling our stories?" The idea lights something inside her. Alyssa starts taking her camera on her walks. She photographs trees, shadows, the way sunlight touches broken pavement. Then she turns the lens inward, arms, belly, scars. Not to shame, to show truth. She creates a small online page called Body of Proof. In it, she shares pictures of real women, mothers, fighters, women with stretch marks, soft stomachs, tired eyes, crooked smiles. She writes their stories in short captions. One photo says, "This body carried twins and still carries groceries, dreams, and heartbreak." Another, "She was told no one would love her again, but she started with herself." People begin to follow. At first, just a few, then dozens, then hundreds. Strangers comment, "Thank you for this. I feel seen. I cried reading this." Alyssa doesn't show her face at first, but then she posts a photo of herself, hair pulled back, no filters, eyes soft but steady. The caption reads, "This is me, still healing, still showing up." It goes viral. Her phone buzzes non-stop, but this time it's not pain, it's purpose. She's not just surviving now, she's resisting, not just Nick, not just judgment, but the voice in her head that used to whisper, "You're not enough." Now another voice rises, her own, saying, "I am still here. I matter." Her project doesn't chase perfection. It honors the real, the tired, the strong. It's not about losing anything. It's about finding herself. Nick mocks the project, calls it fat spiration, with a fake laugh. He says things like, "Who wants to see a bunch of stretch marks and sad stories?" Alyssa hears him, but she doesn't answer. She doesn't need to anymore. Instead, she spends her time building a small website. She uploads her photos, writes simple captions, and adds a donate button. Slowly, people begin buying digital prints. A popular wellness page reaches out. They want to feature her story. Soon, she gets her first sponsor. It isn't much, but it's hers. Every dollar feels like a step away from him. One evening, a friend messages her, "Hey, I saw Nick. He's moved that Coach L woman into an apartment across town." Alyssa reads the message and closes her eyes. There are no tears, no panic, just a deep breath. The next morning, she visits a lawyer, not for revenge, not to fight over things, but to be free, to finally cut the rope that kept her tied to a man who never saw her. She starts packing slowly, one box at a time. She sells her old camera gear to help with rent. She doesn't cry over it. That gear gave her memories, and now it gives her freedom. On the last night, she leaves a short note on the kitchen table. Just one line. "You didn't break me. You revealed me." She takes Luna's tiny hand and walks out the door without looking back. The new place is small, just 2 rooms and thin walls, but the silence there feels different. Soft, not empty. Peaceful, not lonely. Alyssa buys a plant and places it on the windowsill. She hangs one of her own photos on the wall. Luna dances around with a plastic spoon, giggling. Alyssa watches her and smiles. Not the fake smile she wore for years, but a real one. This isn't the end. It's a beginning. Not a loud one, not a dramatic one, just quiet, strong, and true. She doesn't post about Nick. She doesn't waste time trying to prove anything. She just lives. And for the first time in a long time, that's more than enough. Alyssa is invited to speak at a small community wellness event. Just a few chairs, a simple stage, and people who want to feel better. She almost says no. But then Luna tugs at her sleeve and says, "You should go, Mommy. You help people." That's all the push she needs. On the day of the event, she wears a loose black shirt and jeans. No fancy makeup, just her camera hanging from her neck, and confidence that didn't come from mirrors or compliments, but from surviving. Luna sits in the front row, kicking her little feet and smiling proudly. When Alyssa steps onto the stage, her voice shakes at first, but once she starts, it flows. She clicks through a slideshow of her photos, raw portraits of women with tired eyes, soft bellies, stretch marks, laugh lines, and silent strength. Each photo holds a story, but she doesn't explain them. She lets them speak for themselves. Then she says, "We've been told fitness means thin, pretty, perfect. But sometimes fitness is just waking up when you didn't want to. Sometimes it's putting one foot in front of the other when your world is falling apart. Fitness isn't a body type. It's surviving what tried to undo you." Silence. Then a loud clap, and another. And then the whole room stands. Alyssa looks down, trying to hold back tears. Luna claps too, looking up at her with wide eyes, full of love. As people come up to thank her, she notices someone standing in the back. Eleanor, Nick's sister. Her eyes are red. She walks up slowly and says, "I used to believe him. All the jokes, the little comments. I thought you were being too sensitive. But today, you showed me everything without even saying his name. I'm sorry. I really am." Alyssa nods. No anger, no bitterness, just quiet understanding. She doesn't need revenge. She doesn't need to be loud. The truth stood by itself, honest, raw, and unshaken. That night, Alyssa tucks Luna into bed. She lies down beside her and whispers, "We did good, didn't we?" Luna nods sleepily and says, "You're strong, Mommy." And for the first time, Alyssa truly believes it. On a foggy morning, Alyssa and Luna walk along a quiet hiking trail. The world feels soft, wrapped in mist. Trees stand tall and quiet, and the only sound is Luna's laughter as she runs ahead, arms stretched like wings. "Look, Mommy! I'm flying!" she shouts. Alyssa smiles, not the tired, forced smile she wore months ago, but a real one, gentle and calm. She lifts her camera and takes a photo. Luna's small figure is caught in the glow of the rising sun, a blur of motion and joy. No filters, no editing, just truth. Later, she posts the photo with a simple caption. "This is what freedom looks like. Not perfect, not polished, just present, and finally mine." Then she does something she never used to. She turns her phone off. No checking likes, no refreshing comments, just silence. She reaches out and takes Luna's hand. They keep walking side by side. No rush, no destination, only this moment. And for Alyssa, that's enough. Sometimes walking away is not weakness. It's the beginning of finding your strength.